Activision Blizzard now violates labor laws. I mean, at this rate, they pretty much have one foot on a banana peel, one in the grave. But we're going to find out more about this and other things on this episode of the Miami Geeks. Stay tuned. Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of the Miami Geeks Weekly Updates, brought to you by DigitalCrackNetwork.com. I'm your host, Punisher 305, and with me, as always, old school gaming specialist, Uncle Willie.
This is the middle of the week, and it feels like it's like eternal.
Oh my God, it feels like this week has been dragging so hard. Lord, it has been dragging.
This hasn't felt like it was dragging, but today in particular has been a Jesus.
I mean, yeah, but you know what, man? I can't complain because at least our day is not like Activision's. Oh boy, well, Activision has seen better days.
We're not rape apologists.
It's true. And let's get to it, Willie, because I really need to talk about this, man. And so Activision Blizzard workers accuse company of violating federal labor laws. And for those that know this, you know, they're pretty much in the workforce right now working and do that. You know what's up with that. So Activision Blizzard is facing still more legal action because of its labor law practice. As a game developer reports, Activision Blizzard workers and communication workers of America have filed a complaint with the National Labor Relations Board accusing the game developer of a lot of things like interrogations, threats, and so much more. Willie, I'm not even gonna ask what will you think about this, but like my question will be why? Why? Like, dude, well, it's like they cannot, like, they suck at this rate. They're so bad. I don't even know why they're still up.
Well, they're still up because they still make money.
Jeez, man. Oof.
But anyway, a lot of the problems that are detailed here have to do with the way Activision Blizzard handle arbitration. For those who don't know, arbitration is a lot of companies actually like putting clauses in employee contracts where any grievances they have don't go through the legal system, but go through arbitration instead.
Okay.
Number one, it's private. No one needs to know about it. Number two, it's quicker. And number three, it usually favors the company. Where they have a private person or panel hear the grievances and rule one way or the other. And from what I'm understanding here, it's that the employees are complaining that Activision Blizzard uses intimidation and interrogation, or coercion, I should say, during its arbitration.
I mean, at this rate, it almost sounds like they're pretty much telling them, hey, if this game is not finished, you're fired. If you're not doing this, you're out of a job. Hey, else. You like working here? Are you making good money? It'll suck if you're fired right now. Like, I'm pretty much they're fucking with them like that, or were. Or
yeah,
who knows,
this is different. This is different. This is like they have a grievance, and when the employee talks about, well, you know, I want to take this to arbitration, that's when the intimidation starts.
I see.
This is separate from the lawsuit that the state of California has against Activision Blizzard. I mean, let's not forget that they are a culture of rapists over there.
Yeah,
that's unfair because not everybody is, but a lot of people in higher positions of management were.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks, man. It just sucks.
They have that going on. The state of California further claimed that they were destroying evidence in that case, and now we have employees filing a complaint. It's a complaint to a department separate from the department that's suing them for all the other stuff that I talked about. But still, I mean, can they get in trouble with anybody else? Like, can someone report them to the DMV?
I mean, it's about to get to that.
Might as well.
Shit. Watch, you're gonna be like, hey, guess what? These people did not return their fucking book to the library either. It's about to happen. Watch.
Yeah. They have a copy of Bedeviled that they rented from Blockbuster and never returned.
Yeah. Lo que queda. Because that right there, yeah. They're facing the bad things already. Now, what I want to say is to the audience, guys, with all this going on with Activision Blizzard, do you guys think that they still should be up running like this? Do you think that this is even a big thing, which I personally think are? Do you think it's fair for the workers in Activision Blizzard to be getting this type of treatment and threat? Please comment down below. I would love to hear your thoughts, and let's have a conversation about it. Now, in other news, bad news actually, Battlefield 2042 has set a delay, reporters suggested. So there was an update that went on today earlier. Well, not, yeah, it was earlier in winter and it happened. So DICE has officially confirmed reports that there's going to be a delay for Battlefield 2042, and it's being pushed back 5 weeks due to its original release. So that, yeah, because they were going to come out like what was it, Willie, in October 22nd, right? Yeah.
Originally, it was set for October 22nd.
Yeah.
It's not 5 weeks. I don't know why the article says 5 weeks.
That's what I'm kind of curious. I'm like, 5 weeks from when? But either way, they're just saying, we know that the game was going to come out on October 22nd, but it's arriving on November 19th. I don't know how that's 5 weeks for them, but you know what? That's up to them. I'm just saying what I read.
My math says 4 weeks, but then again, I don't do that new math they do in schools now.
Yeah, 2 plus 2 is fish. I don't know. So either way, so that's another bad news that we're having. But at least that bad news is due because of the whole, human malware issue that's going on. So they're kind of like holding back because of it. I'm not sure why, but I kind of get the gist of it. But at least it's not going to be, it's coming out next year. It's only a couple weeks. So let's give it that much. I'm still looking forward to this game. Let's see what's going to happen. And Willie's going to probably buy the game to play with us. But that's just a different
story. What a lovely story, Mark.
Fine. But guys, we have that going on. And also this week, which is great for all PS5 owners, the new firmware update with the M.2 SSD support, with also the 3D audio TV support, goes live today. So pretty much Sony already pushed out the whole update for the expanded SSD support for your PS5, and also some 3D audio support for your built-in TV. Pero there's more to that, Willie, isn't there? Besides those two little rollouts. I heard that there was a couple more other functions for this rollout that they're pushing out.
Give me a second.
Which I think it was also in-game chat, and also from within the chat room, and you can go to all the other players, pretty much go to their game to see what they're playing and all that good stuff. And and of course, and if you have the PS5 app on your phone, you can actually connect to your PlayStation game system and play your games off your phone now. Pretty cool stuff. But I think there was one more thing. I just can't really put my finger on it, but I'm glad for the support. I'm really glad for it.
Listen, all I know is that I made the joke, and I'm going to make the joke again.
Go for it.
The PS5 officially has M.2 support now. Welcome to 2017.
But yeah,
I know it's a trite thing to say because PC and all. I don't care. It's funny.
It's true. It is. But yeah, so then we got that going on, guys, and also in news, which it's an interesting thing because I read it a couple times. It took me a hot minute, but I'm a little baffled about it because I don't like the way it sounds. And as Bayonetta creator says, old games of availability is holding gaming culture back. And I'm not sure why. Not why, because that's not a good thing, but the fact that it's happening. Willie, can you explain to our viewers what's the deal about this, we can have at least a better grasp of why?
Okay, so Hideki Kamiya of Platinum Games is talking about basically the whole concept of people having to pay exorbitant amounts of money for older games that you can't get anywhere else. So, for example, let's say there's an NES game that you really like.
Okay.
Let's say Clash of Demon Head, because I love that game.
All right.
Let's say you don't have that cartridge. Let's say you want to go out and get it, and you find out that someone is, that the cheapest you'll find it for is $5,000. It's not true in the case of Clash of Demon Head, but let's just say it is. That will deter a lot of people from wanting to buy that game. And especially considering the amount of people that prefer sealed games. Imagine a future where a game that you really like, you can't play anymore because no one else has re-released it, and all the copies that are available are mostly sealed copies that are never going to be touched. His perspective is that what he actually said is the quote: "As a collector myself, I understand the lure of wanting to have that game in the sealed package. People want the value of the package and not necessarily of the game itself. But as a fan, it's a problem if somebody wants to play a game because they can't get it because it's being traded in these ridiculous marketplaces. And the responsibility for keeping those games available belongs to the company that owns the IP. If people want to play a classic game and they can't because it's not available on new platforms and can't be found in its original form either, that's like a threat. It's holding game culture back. The people who own the rights to these games should be actively making moves to preserve game culture and make games available to everyone who wants to play them." As an example, which is not a good example because games and movies are not a perfect comparison. But imagine a world in where you can't watch Scarface anymore because nobody wants to release it anymore, and all the copies of Scarface that exist are out of reach.
Yeah, no, that's a no-no.
I've always been in favor of game preservation. When the PS5 was talking about shutting down its online store and talking about, essentially basically shutting down the PlayStation Network on PS3, the rush to buy to look for games that were digital only was because, well, if it's only available on the PS3 and PS3 shuts down its servers, well, you don't have access to that game anymore.
I mean, that sucks completely, to be honest, man.
Well, that's the point he's trying to make. It does suck completely. Because there are lots of games. I'm pretty sure everyone that's listening to us right now can come up with at least 3 games that they'd love to play right now, but either the hardware and the game or the game are too expensive to get, or it's just not available anywhere.
Yeah.
Because it was digital only.
Yeah,
that's what he's talking about.
That sucks, dude. That sucks.
Of course it sucks. I want to play Clash of Demon Head. Thankfully, I have it.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know, man.
Well,
I just think, man, that with him saying that, I really hope that other game developers and companies kind of look at this, which I kind of doubt it, and they're gonna be like, that guy has a point, and pretty much try to make it, at least make the older games a little more available for people to play. But that's just that's just to me like wishful thinking, even though I'm the optimist one, but I do know where my boundaries pretty much lay right now, and things like this 100%. I kind of like fuck, man, this would be great.
100% in agreement. Like the company should be the ones. You'd think that they'd want to make enough money off this shit that they would go and re-release them. Say whatever you want about Nintendo, but at least the 14 or 15 games they care about, they'll sell it to you 200 times.
Oh no, definitely.
You will never be without Super Mario Brothers.
Oh no, ever.
You'll never get another copy of Super Mario RPG. That's a different problem.
But yeah.
But yes, it's up to the companies to go to come up and say, you know what? We need to get these games out so people can play them. EA, you motherfuckers, stop hoarding Ultima. Konami, stop hoarding Suikoden. You bastards.
You know what, Willie?
But anyway.
Willie, being that you brought up Nintendo, I got to bring up something about Nintendo right now that came up in news right now. And yes, after 4 years after the release of Nintendo Switch, they finally got Bluetooth audio support.
You know how I said, hey, Sony, welcome to 2017?
Yeah, I remember.
Hey, Nintendo, welcome to 2010.
Look, man, I'm going to tell you right now, that right there was total garbage what they did. I don't know if they're trying to do something new just to try to make it look edgy or whatever in their point of view. But I'm going to be honest, that whole phone system to put it on your phone here and connect with a a fucking tethering thing to make sure that you get the audio so you can listen to your phone. That was the stupidest idea I ever heard in my life. Stupidest. And it took them 4 years later to say, hey, let's activate the Bluetooth. I switch there, whatever the fuck we have there. It's for, audio purposes. So they don't have to connect to their fucking phone. And they can just use their freaking switches like normal humans can. I don't know. I just think it's just dumb. But I'm glad they did it because now a lot of people are like, oh, thank God. Take off the app and they just play on the phone.
Exactly what they did. Switch. Exactly what they did is today, it launched today. I have it on my Switch now. I've not tested it yet. They allowed people to the console supports Bluetooth audio.
Yeah.
This according to their notes, up to 2 wireless controllers can be paired with a Switch while using Bluetooth audio. So it's not affecting any controllers. And headsets will be disconnected during local communication. So when you're playing Mario Party at home, you don't need to have that. Okay. Fine, great. But only one Bluetooth audio device can be connected at a time, and Bluetooth microphones cannot be used. So you can use headphones, but you can't chat. So it's kind of like a half step, but hey, they just got to 2010. Let's wait
finally,
a while.
Right?
Maybe eventually they'll get to 2013.
It's that one step they needed. Jeez.
Right. Now, they have other features in this update too. You can update the firmware of any Switch dock that has a LAN port. And you have the ability to keep the wired internet connection while it's in sleep mode. And you can decide whether or not your wireless your wireless connection is 2.4 or 5 gig. So it's not just the Bluetooth audio, but that's the big one. Like seriously, any setup, any lash up that requires you to connect your phone to your console to be able to chat is a fail, and I will fight anyone who says otherwise.
Yeah,
with words. I don't like fighting. Like no.
Willie's more of a lover, not a fighter. I'll be the one that's doing the fighting for him, but. That's not the point here. That's not the point.
And he'll be optimistic the entire time he's beating the shit out of you.
Literally, I'll be like, you look like a great guy.
Like I'm totally positive that your hospital bill is going to be at least $200,000.
Remember, you don't know my name. Psh, shh, and be out about it. But either way, look. All right, guys. I'm not like that. Just a hope to God that people don't think that I'm the hostile guy here.
The guy whose handle is Punisher and worships Kratos is nothing like that, ladies and gentlemen. He's a teddy bear.
I'm
and by teddy bear, I mean naughty bear.
And by naughty bear, grizzly bear with fangs. But that's not the point either.
The character naughty bear, you never played the game.
Wait a minute, yeah. Naughty bear?
Yeah.
I gotta look it up. But
I have it.
I guess that's me.
I have it if you want to borrow it.
I shall. But either way, guys, let's continue on. Finally, Nintendo, welcome. And we're going to talk about Xbox now. So Xbox announces on Tokyo Game Show event. Well, announces the Tokyo Game Show event, but says no new global debuts. So, all right, just reading that alone, right there off the bat, it looks like to me that they have nothing to announce. So they're just going to open it and be like, yeah, we got nothing. We're just going to show you some old clips or whatever. But I think there might be more to that, Willie. Is that true?
I know the other thing where they come up and say, "Hi, we exist." Back to you, Ted.
And just go like that.
But no. But they say that the event will focus on "quote unquote" locally relevant updates for players in Asia. So the small-minded person in me is like, so mahjong and dating simulators. But no, I mean, they have other games to show. Like, they have one Japanese development studio. It's Tango Gameworks. Those are the people making Ghostwire Tokyo. Now, Ghostwire Tokyo, as you know, is one of the games that Sony has exclusively for PS5. Well, it's going to be a timed exclusive. So maybe they'll show something there?
Let's see. I mean, You never know, to be honest.
All we know is that they're not going to be showing anything new there. I find it especially funny that they're making it a point go to Tokyo, considering that Microsoft products don't do very well in Japan, at least gaming products. Like they're well, I mean, I'm guessing that Series X and Series S has done better, but not by much. So hey, for all three of you Japanese fans out there that love Xbox, they're singing to you.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they'll announce the Xbox Series X port of Hatoful Boyfriend. That weird dating simulator game where you're all pigeons.
You know what, Willie? No, stop. I know what you're talking about. No, stop.
Wait. You haven't seen that game?
I have. Game Grumps. Remember?
Yes. Oh, there you go. That there's a Game Grumps has an opportunity here.
Oh no, definitely, dude. They
can make Daddy Simulator for the Xbox Series X in Japan.
That's it. The system will die. The thing will burn, Willie. That game, not even the game. It could be either or. You know what? It'll be a toss of the coin for at this rate. But you know what? It is what it is, and it is what it is. Now we have to continue on, Willie, because there's so much to talk about, and let's talk about Venom 2. Let There Be Carnage, which they're pushing this movie to PG-13, as we all know, but to the very limits. So, in an Instagram live interview with Andy Serkis on Tuesday, Let There Be Carnage director explained how a PG-13 rating was necessary for the film to reach a larger audience. However, this is something that it didn't really stop him, and it made the filmmaker focus on more things, disturbing elements and stuff, you know, towards the supervillain in this story. So yeah, pretty much I'm gonna cut it down because I'm not gonna read the whole thing. He technically says, yeah, sure, we could have done a hard R, gone straight adult, but you know, they chose to go for the PG-13 route, but they're pushing that PG-13 route to whatever thread they need to cross to get to R, to that one hair, literally. Willie, being that you pretty much read the same thing with me, what are your thoughts about the fact that Andy Serkis is literally pushing this movie like to the skin of the teeth of R, technically?
I mean, a lot of movies that are PG-13 now do that. Mm-hmm. Because you know,
a lot of the movies, I do agree. You do have a big point about it, but when it comes to like to this right now, last year, the first one, Venom, the first Venom movie was a PG-13, a little sloppy. Some things were edited bad, and they made it too PG-13. But now Andy Serkis is pretty much claiming that this movie is pushing almost close to an R, like right there by that one line that crosses the R technically, and they're right on that border.
Remember that the first Venom had a lot of production problems and came out kind of like carved up, and you can tell that it was carved up.
Yeah.
So, you know, there might have been more R elements there, but they had to cut out because they insisted on a PG-13. The fact that you could make the argument that because they're kind of like riding the line on this one, trying to make it more in line with PG-13, but pushing the R.
Yeah. Maybe
you can get a little more what people want out of a Venom movie. Sorry, I'm old today.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
But still, I mean, it was gonna be a PG-13. I really never at one thought that they were gonna actually go and do a hard R for Venom, because Sony wants to get as many people as possible into this movie. Number one, and number two, something that we're gonna talk about that we should talk about now.
All right, go ahead. Bring it.
which is, according to Andy Serkis, Venom and Spider-Man will meet eventually.
Yeah. And I'm actually looking forward to that. Like, I really want to see how is this going to possibly happen, because yes, we all been waiting for Venom to get the symbol on his chest, the Venom symbol, and for some weird reason for him and Spidey to get together and all the good stuff. I get it. I've been waiting for that forever. And no, not the freaking Tobey Maguire one, because no, I don't like it. But either way.
What's wrong with Topher?
What? Yeah, well, Topher Grayson. But with Tobey Maguire, right?
What's the matter with Topher? You don't think he was an adequate Spider-Man?
He looked like a screaming iguana.
So Venom.
Yeah, but with less the muscles. He looked like he needed muscle milk. He needed muscle milk, Willie. That guy needed a gym.
I'm gonna say that a person whose name sounds an awful lot like tofu is not gonna have actual milk.
No.
At any point.
No, at all.
I'm just gonna say that. It may be wrong, but you can't prove I'm not.
No, you're not. But again, it still comes down to what we're talking about here, Willie, which eventually at one point they're going to have Spider-Man meet Venom. So that means somewhere on the line, Sony and the MCU are going to have to really work together to see how to make either or work. Either have freaking Spider-Man crossover to their verse, or Venom crossover to the MCU, or they work together somehow in the middle. I mean, I don't know.
It's going to be collaborative.
It's going
they
to
already have a deal to share Spider-Man. And they're sharing low-level villains along the likes of, of Vulture and Mysterio and all that. The street-level villains that you always see in Spider-Man comics. Mm-hmm. So they're sharing that. Sharing Venom is bigger, but not entirely impossible. Not after Far From Home made $1 billion. You know that Sony's like, can we work again? Can we? And with all the things about No Way Home, and all of the, we already know that Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin and Alfred Molina's Doc Ock are going to be in this.
Oh yeah.
How hard would it be? And if the rumors are true, Andrew Garfield keeps saying it's not true, but if it's true that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are going to be in this, what's it going to cost to just throw Venom in there?
I don't know, but can you imagine? Can you imagine
announcing Venom?
Hear me out. Mm-hmm. Imagine if, in that trailer of Spider-Man No Way Home, that's Venom in the background. Imagine that's him, first of all.
That's Lizard, but okay.
I know, just saying, can you imagine if now with everything that's going on now, that's maybe like the big secret or something, that they're like, oh yeah, we're going to have Spider-Man meet Venom eventually. Ha 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 ha. They don't know it's going to come on December. Can you fucking imagine that shit?
The MCU is good at keeping secrets.
They're really good at secrets.
And so we don't know what's going to happen. I will say this. Originally, I thought that putting Spider-Man in there, it would be like shit because you're not bringing Venom up the way you should have. Mm-hmm. Peter never wore the symbiote suit. But with the way the MCU has been fucking with the comic book continuity, with the way that things going to comic books, they'll come up with something.
They will eventually.
They'll just come up with a thing like where Venom wants to just, you know what? He looks better. I don't like you anymore, Eddie.
Oh my God, can you imagine? And he just goes straight to Spidey, and they just, just don't do the emo Spidey dance, but they get into Spider-Man's heads.
No, they need to do it. They need to lean into it. They have to have Tom Holland do the dance.
Yeah, they got to do all the things. Oh my God.
And then there needs to be a scene. There needs to be a scene where the three Spider-Men are fighting Venom, and he infects all three of them, and all three of them do the dance. And Toby says, "Not again," while tears come down his eyes.
This is why Willie and I are friends.
This is why Hollywood needs to hire me.
And that's another reason too. But Willie, we need to, let's get past this, dude, because we're gonna be stuck here forever, and I know how I am.
So you know how I am.
Oh no! I know how you are, but you just gotta know that my imagination is gonna be very vivid, and I'm gonna add more shit to that, like all the fucking shit. But you know what? Again, let me stop. So, also in news, guys, Harrison Ford has found the replacement for his Indiana Jones character. Finally, I mean, the guy's about to push 80 years old. He's finishing up the Indiana Jones 5 right now, which he's about to retire right after this one. That's it. He's done. I mean, after 80, what the fuck, dude? The man's done so much shit, but they know him already as Indiana Jones. So then he's already passing on the fedora to somebody else named Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Do you know that guy by chance?
It's a woman, first of all.
Oh,
that's
why I said person. That's Phoebe.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Who's Phoebe Waller-Bridge?
She is going to be in the movie, and this is nothing that's been confirmed, ladies and gentlemen. Let's not go totally crazy yet. But Phoebe Waller-Bridge is in the movie. She has an undisclosed role, and there are people who are thinking that Kathleen Kennedy is basically grooming her to be the replacement for Harrison Ford's Indiana Jones.
I mean, if it works, it works. She'll be like the next Tomb Raider, technically.
Essentially, because Lara Croft is just Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
With a British accent.
And 2 guns.
Well, and yeah, and 2 triangular breasts, whatever.
Yeah, they just poke your eye
Let's just lean into it.
Let's just lean right into it. But since we're right now in the whole female heroism, Jessica Jones, Krysten Ritter is ready to reprise her role again whenever Marvel's ready. So Krysten Ritter is more than game to play Jessica Jones again for the Marvel Studios invites her into the MCU. Now, I enjoyed her in Netflix. I'm not gonna lie, I thought she was a good character. She also had all the persona down for Jessica Jones. You and I, we freaking shared the first episode, the first season, and we loved it. The whole thing with the Purple Man and everything that was going on. I thought that whole story thing was pretty awesome. Really good. Now, Willie, being that she wants to return back as Jessica Jones, and if Marvel lets her to the MCU, do you think this will be a good thing? Because being that she's kind of a hardcore character, the whole thing with alcohol and, the way she is with other characters, do you think this will be a right place for her to be?
I mean, I don't see a reason why not. Like, Spider-Man can't be the only street level hero that they have. And yes, there's still talk that somehow Charlie Cox is going to be in No Way Home as Matt Murdock, not necessarily Daredevil. And there's been talk about people possibly seeing Vincent D'Onofrio on set. For those who don't know, the Marvel Netflix shows were not run under Marvel Studios as we know it now. They had their own TV set, their own TV thing run by Jeff Loeb, that was part of a faction that hated Kevin Feige. And when Kevin Feige basically ran to Bob Iger and said, "Listen, you're fucking this shit up because of these people," Bob Iger went and cut every single one of them out and had let Kevin Feige run things. So the TV continuity was weirdly sort of kind of related to the MCU, but never really entirely. Like, they would reference them things, but they wouldn't, like, the only thing that they had in common was Coulson. That being said, I had no problem with Krysten Ritter as Jessica Jones. I thought she was great. I arguably the best thing about the Marvel Netflix series.
Yeah, I could agree with you. I mean, it was an enjoyable thing to watch. I really did like it.
Marvel has said before that if it hasn't been said officially, but there have been rumored that Marvel was looking at keeping Krysten Ritter as Jessica Jones, John Bernthal as Punisher because he was very well liked,
very,
and Charlie Cox as Daredevil because he was the first, and he did then. God damn, some of those scenes in there were fucking brutal.
Really good too, though.
Not
I love it.
not as not as like there wasn't really much talk about Luke Coulter's Luke Cage, which is a shame because I thought that show, at least the first season was entertaining.
The first season, if they would
The first half of the first season. Let's just be fair. Let's be fair.
Okay.
That
the ending was weak, though. The ending
that
was
that whole Copperhead thing just no.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be an interesting thing. Okay, they're bringing Copperhead and they have Cottonmouth going off. But then when I saw what happened to
not Copperhead. Cottonmouth was I don't know. Cottonmouth was no, I'm sorry, I'm confusing myself. Mahershala Ali was Cottonmouth, and his arc was great. He was great.
It was great. It was really good.
But then they brought Copperhead and that nutty the mask smile that he had, just like that's the kind of smile that keeps you away from schools, at least 500 feet.
Just about. But I do agree with you, Willie, on that part as well. I thought that show was amazing, but when they brought in Copperhead, I personally thought it was going to be interesting. I'm like, oh, let's see what happens with this now. Now that Cottonmouth is out of the picture, his sister's the one that's taking over, and now what's going to happen here with this guy? It was just a waste of time. Just a waste.
Now, mind you, Jessica Jones has been part of rumors already, because she was rumored to be playing her part in the She-Hulk series.
That's true. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Again, Marvel's really good at these things, and they could be just running on an end around.
Yeah.
Because, like we said, Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil, was seen on set of Far From Home. Not Far From Home. No Way Home. Sorry. He is also rumored to be in She-Hulk, because remember, Jessica Walters is not just Bruce Banner's cousin; she's also a lawyer.
Yep.
So, of course, there's going to be rumors about Matt Murdock, and of course, Vincent D'Onofrio and Kingpin. Because yes, all I'm saying is don't wait for Iron Fist, because no one liked Iron Fist.
Nobody liked them. I tried to give that man a shot, and even I was like, "This sucks."
I had to take a shot.
Yeah, but you know what, man? That's fine and all and dandy. I do hope that they bring back Krysten Ritter as Jessica Jones for the next episode, seasons, or movie. I'm ready for it. But if we're on the MCU, well, let's talk about Anthony Mackie and the role that he got, which is by far the most coolest thing I ever heard, and I'm ready for it already. Twisted Metal TV show, they cast Anthony Mackie in the lead role as John Doe. And the new Twisted Metal TV production has already started with Sony and PlayStation, of course, because they're part of this whole thing of the gaming universe. So the leading character, they casted him as the leading character. Today, they heard the announcement of Anthony Mackie, best known as Captain America, to start in this movie as John Doe. I have a picture of John Doe here from the PlayStation. His character, his vehicle, and whatnot, and I'm all in for it. I'm all in. I really want to see this happen. Like, if it's gonna go down, I want it to go down. Like, I want it to happen.
I keep seeing all these pivots to video game properties being adapted for film and TV. Like, but I didn't want to talk about it, but I guess I'll mention it here. Ubisoft's gonna make a Driver TV series. I like the games. I'll keep the games. I'll stick to the games. Thank you.
You're absolutely right, dude. And you know what? I'm fine with it. But to be honest, this is one game that after PS2, after Twisted Metal Black, I haven't heard nothing anymore for this game.
Well,
like, it's just been dead silence.
There was the Twisted Metal on the PS3. But yeah, it's been left alone since then.
Yeah, it's been very quiet. And I really want to see this adaptation. Hopefully it'll work out. Give us a story, because even in the game, it had a story for every character and what was the purpose of the race. I really hope that they come up with the storyline from PlayStation and do everything they have to do to make this awesome. I pray to the movie gods and TV shows that they make this happen and make it work.
Not for anything, but every character in Street Fighter also had their stories in the game, and those are some of the goofiest stories ever known to mankind.
Yeah, but Twisted Metal. Hey.
Yeah,
No?
yeah. You just wanna see Sweet Tooth. Don't lie to me.
You fucking know I do. You see another character that I like, a machete swinging ice cream man with fucking fire in his head.
And this is the optimistic guy of the group.
Right?
Be afraid, folks. Be
It's always the quiet ones you gotta worry about. But still, let's just continue. Let's continue.
You're not that quiet, but okay.
And
And you're gonna hear how unquiet he is with this story. I picked this story just for you. You can hate me all you want.
Okay, Marvel Zombies live action show or movie may be in development, and I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm excited, but I'm not excited. Why? I'm gonna tell you my reason why, guys. I don't want this shit to be a movie. I don't. I really don't. I want this movie to be a series, a TV show. Hell, keep doing it like in fucking What If, that cartoon style. You know, so you guys can fuck around with it, work out, maybe even come out a couple of months sooner because you guys can make this happen, pop it out a couple times, and it'll be great. Have a good story arc, but not a movie.
There is no story arc.
I mean, they could make one, dude. They made one for fucking What If, and I was like, all right, just write with that. That'd be fine.
It wasn't even a story arc. It was essentially a Walking Dead filler episode. It was fun. I got to see things that I can't talk about because spoilers.
It's fine, but look, man, if they can just keep on, let's just say that happened. That's the main thing that just happened. They already know that what happened in the movie, which of course is spoilers, even though it's already a week later. But spoilers, yes, we get it. But ever since that happened, other shit started happening. I mean, look what happens at the end of that fucking series. It led off to so much imagination to a point where you're like, I want to see it. I want to see what's going to happen. But now, if ever to return this shit into a movie, that means you have to cram so much into either 2 hours where you're going to either one or two things. You're going to have everybody either shitting their pants or just saying that you're a piece of shit for cutting out a lot of things. Because a lot of people like to go buy the comic books and maybe be like, oh yeah, this person not in it, this person not in it. But I get it.
But I already told you.
Mm-hmm.
I already told you that Marvel Studios likes to fuck with the comic books and make their own stories. Remember that Captain America did not die after Civil War.
Yeah, we know. We know that. It's in the movie. We saw it.
I think I have a way to bring you into it.
Go.
Okay. Live action Marvel Zombies.
Yes.
Well, since the main characters would be zombies.
Yes.
You don't have to worry about a Steve Rogers not looking like Chris Evans or that Robert Downey Jr. is not Iron Man. They're zombies. You can make them look however you want. So now you have Marvel Zombie, Captain America, and Iron Man, and whoever else you want to throw in there suddenly in the movie.
But
you're not okay with that?
No, not really. Because if we want to make them just be zombies and just wear whatever clothes that they're wearing to be that certain hero, won't that be kind of like fucking it up a little bit? Because you're gonna want to see some sort of resemblance to the person that we want them to play.
You want to see some resemblance, but it's gonna be CGI resemblance, and it only has to catch a couple of you have to only touch on a couple of points. Like Steve Rogers, you don't have to make him look like Chris Evans. You can make him look like a blonde hair, blue-eyed guy that could have been Steve Rogers if his face wasn't caved in.
All right.
I got another one for you. I'm gonna go all out here. Let's say that they have Marvel's, because this is obviously the Marvel Zombies came from a separate universe.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel Zombies Wolverine.
Yeah.
And then to help fight him, actual in-universe Wolverine comes up and says, "Oh no, I gotta kill this guy, bub." You still wouldn't be down for that?
Okay, I'll watch it.
All right then.
I'll watch it.
I have made the optimist see the error of his ways.
It's fine.
It's never gonna fucking happen, but still.
I'm still holding that thought though, but I see what you're getting at, and it's fine. But now, Willie, we're gonna have to end this podcast with this story, and it's gonna be Twins 2 cast Tracy Morgan as Schwarzenegger and DeVito's triplet brother.
this is the kind of shit
I
that
did
you
not
cannot
ask
make
for
up.
this. I did not ask for this because everyone in this fucking article is making it look like the long-awaited, the sequel that we're waiting for. I wasn't waiting for this. I was actually perfectly fine how they left it in the first movie.
I was perfectly fine with forgetting the first movie.
Yeah. And of course, they're going to have Tracy Morgan joining Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito in the long-awaited Twins 2. I don't care. So the script Danny DeVito was waiting for has finally been delivered as a Dayline Reports as a triplets. And I don't care. I don't, you know what? To be honest, I don't care. The script is, everything that we're talking about is literally in the description down below. But I'm gonna tell you right now, this is a movie that nobody cares about. It happened in the 80s, or was it early 90s?
I won't say nobody cares about it. It's the 90s. I won't say nobody cares about it. I can tell you for one thing that Danny DeVito does.
Yeah, but Danny DeVito, he wants extra money, man. He wants work, exactly. And I get it, which is a great thing. But I don't want the man to go through like an embarrassment or a hard time just because a movie sucks in his, at his time and his age, being that he's doing great with This Is Sunny in Philadelphia.
You can only get so much money off of It's Always Sunny residuals
when
you get older. Okay? And
right.
Whatever. I will say this. This is just for the proof of my theory that nothing in Hollywood is original anymore. Do you know that they're working on a TV series for I Know What You Did Last Summer?
Yeah, it's okay.
No, they are. That's not a joke. I can actually hear his blood pressure going up.
They can keep it. I don't fucking. You know what, man? I'm done. I am done. I'm so done.
I think it's a good time to end the show.
Yeah, it is a great time. Guys, thank you so much for joining us today on this amazing podcast. And as always, this episode is brought to you by D2D. Use promo code MIA Geeks 10 to save 10% on your next purchase order. That's MIAGEEKS 10. All in caps, description down below. Copy the promo code, click on the link, paste in the shopping cart, and that's 10% save there, guys. Also, make sure to follow our friends at Decora Lights, which they have some killer LEDs, which they have out there right now. And they're coming up with some cool ones for the holidays. So make sure to click on the link below and check them out and let them know that we sent you. And yes, as always, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button just so we know when we come with some amazing news, which is 3 times a week. Mondays, Wednesday, and Friday, and a little something in between. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Willie, I fucking hate those articles.
Listen, I didn't write them. You need to calm the fuck down.
I know you didn't, but oh my God. I'm just looking at them, and that last one, forget about it, is a kick in the balls. It's, oh my God, it's horrible. Like, even me, Optimistic Gabe, Punisher, whatever, I even find that shit horrible. Oh my God.
Listen, it could be worse.
How worse?
I mean, you really want me to answer that?
Yeah, right now.
Because Whitney Houston's The Bodyguard remake in development at Warner Brothers.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next time. Peace.
I didn't make that headline up, people. Bye.